Hello guys, what is up? It is me, Rahul, here, bringing you guys the next project here on NHL 23. Today, we are going to be doing the Minnesota North Stars expansion franchise, the 33rd team to come into this league. So, if you guys do enjoy this, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to click on that notification bell so you don't miss a video. So this video will be coming out either on the 11th or 12th, and as you guys heard, the Boston Bruins alumni franchise exhibition tour is over. So that means the Minnesota North Stars franchise is gonna start. So what does this mean? Well, it means that we're starting it up. So basically, as you see right here, I'm going to go through every single. We're doing an expansion draft, except for the Seattle Kraken, who are exempted because I allowed it. And we took top talent. Here we're taking Gobble and then somebody else. The Bruins, I took. Oh my god! I think I took Jake DeBrusk. Yep, I took Jake DeBrusk. Oh boy. So we have 32 teams to go through. To pick a goalie, it's really hard to say. And I wanted to do one team at a time. And I went for a left winger and Mark. See, I was going through my head of what I wanted to do. I took Anders B. Jork for Calgary. This is interesting. Calgary is the most interesting one. For the most part, Johnny Gaudreau. I wanted to pick him, but his age. So I picked Matthew Phillips from the affiliate. Vincent. I took Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Next up, I then selected from the Chicago Blackhawks the one, the only, Philip K. Now, on to the Colorado Avalanche. The Colorado Avalanche have a good bunch of talent. I put Gerard. Now we go to the Columbus Blue Jackets. I obviously sorted out by age and that kind of stuff. And here I pick Andrew PK. Right. Next up, we have the Dallas Stars. Now, they don't have Corey Perry, but I put Dallin Draw. Oh my god. And since the Detroit Red Wings have a bunch of younger guys, I might as well take Oli Joe-Levy. Edmonton Oilers, they have Evander Kane. But I'm not picking Evander Kane. I'm picking... Let's see, who do I want to pick? And I was picking very carefully in this situation, so... I picked... Cooper Marody. Here we are on the Florida Panthers with the next selection. And I wanted to make sure I picked every single position I could. As you see on the bottom right, we are in left wingers and we pick Ryan Lomberg. Now we are with the LA Kings. And we're going with goalies. Or actually, I sorted it out very differently. And I put... Ramos Kupari. Sorry if I mispronounced the names. Now it's time for the Minnesota Wild. And Marc-Andre Fleury. I did consider the other two goalies, but it's what we have. And he's 37 years old. And I took him with that. And now we're on the Montreal Canadiens. Now, Corey Perry, I think, isn't on here. Yeah, he isn't. So, I checked for Corey Perry. He isn't in here, so... He might have been with the Tampa Bay Lightning, but... Hey, it is what it is. Sami Niku, we picked him. You might be thinking, like, why am I picking, like, AHL guys and older guys in between? Don't you worry. I do in between. So, Flip Forsberg. I'm not picking you. I'm picking Luff. Yep. And, yes. P.K. Subban. Now, he's a top 4D exact, but you know what? I picked him. And yeah, that's who we're going with. Next up, we have the first New York team, the New York Islanders. In this expansion order. We're going with left wingers, and we are going with actually right wingers. Defensemen. Oh my god. So intense. Noah Dobson or Scott? Someone. I actually also went to goalies. So we picked up Jacob Barak or someone. Now with the New York Rangers, we picked up based on like age and stuff, Kravtsov. With the Ottawa Senators, they don't have any. They have Matthew Joseph and also Zach Senyshyn. And we pick Zach Senyshyn. Yep. Now, with the Philadelphia Flyers, they don't have Carter Hart. But... and I'm looking through... they have Oscar Lindblom. And, hey... I may be greedy. I'm a Boston Bruin. And why not take another piece? Now for the Pittsburgh Penguins. These Pittsburgh boys. Penguins, whatever you want to call them. Yep. So, at this point, when I was going through the, so this episode, just gonna let you guys know, this episode is gonna be, let's put it, the creation episode. No preseason, no nothing. We're going to be going through the expansion draft, the entry draft, and everything else. And I pick Jean Erog de Rozg, and we're now on the San Jose Sharks. Ryan Merkley, and we pick him right up. We're like stealing those guys. Now the St. Louis Blues, Clem Costin. Guess what happens to him? Yeah. Yeah. We don't actually pick him up. This dude is right here. Alexei Torochenko. Yeah, that's not awkward. Now, for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yep. They don't have a right winger. So we're technically forced to go for a left winger. But I wanted to fill up the defenseman side of things. So, Kyle Foutte is our, next dude. In terms of that, now we go to the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, now, we have to pick up at least another goalie. 3 goalies we must have. Do you think I could find a very good goalie in, the draft? Yes, so, that's one thing I am going to be working on. When it comes to the entry draft, you have to understand the points of it and everything. Anderson we picked up from the Vancouver Canucks. Now, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now it's the Vancouver Canucks, and I decided to go with Michael DiPietro. I think that's his name. I'm sorry about that. Now, I could take Max Pacioretty, and that seems like the very easy choice at that point, but I take Nicholas Hadju, I think, or and yes, there was a lot of pausing, unnecessary pausing that you hear, or looking at, put it simply. And I picked Coughlin instead. So now, here we are, near the final. We're on the Washington Capitals side. Brent Leeson, Riley Sutter, Axel Johnson, Jalby. I picked him. Now for the Winnipeg Jets. Austin Poganski. Picked him. And that is the expansion draft. Let me know down in the comment section below. Yep, so basically right here, there were like 3 elites, and I decided to make this draft class like high elite, very high, very talented. So I actually sorted it out by elites, and I really wanted to take like a good player, and I wanted to take a goalie. This guy right here, Yuri, actually no, Justin Cote was an elite high, but he was very inaccurate, which means it doesn't usually work out as well. And also, yep. So I picked Joey Pearson, and I was like, here we are. We know he has good work ethic. His potential is very inaccurate, but he is a 43 overall. He's a starter medium. He's not franchise worthy, but, you know, it is what it is, and I picked him. So now at this point, we don't have the guys that I wanted to have, because all the elite players are pretty much gone, including the ones that I really, really wanted. So, yeah, I was looking at goalies for some odd reason, and I picked Adam Eggerstrom, who was a top 6 medium goalie, and yeah, it was, yeah, top 6D, actually. He was a top 6 defenseman or goalie. I can't. So now there are Russians in the game, but due to certain things that I cannot state, yeah, we have Nolan Collins, and at this point it was like either very inaccurate, because all the guys who were accurate and semi-accurate were gone. So we took Jonathan Fauchon, was a 55 bottom 6 medium. Yeah, I picked a bad person. So what I basically want to do with this franchise, in my opinion, is not to make it sim only, but to kind of like make it where we don't need the older guys anymore, and we can use their draft capital at that point, after this season, to rebuild some of the guys into marquee guys. Ludmark, he was a 7th defenseman, low, a 63 overall, which is pretty interesting to say the least. Yeah, we pretty much are like, we're running out of elite guys. Nolan Collins was there, and I decided, you know what, let's pick him up. 7D medium, 59 overall. Yeah, and we were nearing the final rounds, and we were having the top pick upward. So, and by the way, I'm gonna be playing some of the most important games. So, for example, the Battle of Minnesota, um, those teams, those battles, um, Lee Bowling. We make him our guy. He's a bottom six forward low. Yeah, we didn't make any good picks. Yep, we didn't make any good picks. If you had to rate this draft compared to my other drafts, let me know down in the comment section below. I absolutely hate it so much, considering it's like one of the most hardest things ever to, have to think to myself that I'm doing a draft without much knowing about drafting, and Madden drafts are the ones that I know, and that's like kind of the issue. So, that's kind of like the point. So, Marcel. That's a kind of a cool name. For then some reason I wanted to trade the pick. If you want me to do, I don't know, because the trade line deadline is like a episode that I could make, where I could trade like younger guys that might not develop into guys that could develop. Let me know. Alright, so we go into free agency. I had to like re-sign guys who are like on 1-year contracts and those things. So basically, some of these guys, how do I say this? Heon, Fleury, all these dudes, they would fit very perfectly within our system. And some of them were RFAs. But if you see right there, Patrice Bergeron is there. Now, I wasn't even considering him. But I offered a contract. It was two-way, $7 million. I did that. And by the way, he was an elite exact, which is like the top notch that you could go. But I also went for Claude Giroux. And, yep. I also then went for some goalies, which wasn't, I guess it wasn't totally that bad, per se. Lindblom, that's another goalie. I don't know who he is. So I went for overalls, and there's not many goalies for like 99 overalls per se. I had Nikita Lazarev, who's a franchise. I got him out of nowhere. It changed my perception of how I wanted to do this series, of the London Monarchs. So, yeah, the fact that we didn't get like a franchise player is absolutely insane. So, and by the way, if it ever comes to it, I might trade for Connor McDavid, but I may not trade for Connor McDavid depending on like what are my options and everything. So basically, do I want to trade Fleury? Maybe, Patrice Bergeron, maybe, it all really depends, on what talent I want, basically. Um, it's like not hard, it's not easy, but like that's just how I'm gonna process this, and how you guys should process this as well. I know you guys are gonna love this series, and I'm not even picking up that many guys. I want to make this like a rebuild. Like Jake DeBrusk, Patrice Bergeron. That's a good duo. I would love to keep Jake DeBrusk for the long run, because David Pastrnak is going to be like one of the top guys on the Boston Bruins in this universe. So, as you see right here, I had to do more contract extensions. And Oscar Lindblom, all these dudes. And yeah, and you see these dudes, and they are now part of the Minnesota North Stars. I will say, if you do like the jerseys, that'll be amazing. At the same time, if you don't like them, that's also okay. I really don't care if you don't like them. Hey, it is what it is, alright? And I had some other players that I had to offer contracts. So, basically, you're going to see right here that I offered guys contracts, literally everybody who is an RFA. And, well, who will be an RFA after, like, 1 year. Or maybe, because I had to offer 1-year contracts because these were expansion guys, or these guys were AHLers, essentially. And, by the way, PK Subban joined the team, signed, because I gave him more money. Did I want to draft Malcolm Subban in the expansion draft? Not really, but it is what it is. I actually considered, like, Forsberg, Malkin. Well, I went back here, thinking that I might get a dude. Thinking that, like, I could get someone. Well, here's how it's gonna go. Offer contract. Here's the issue. I would have to give up my first, second, second round, and third round picks because of the RFA qualification. If I give a contract but the other team can't match, I have to get if can't match, I don't have to give up draft picks. But if they match and get him, I have to give up draft picks. First round and third round. This year's first and third. And this is kind of like one of those things where I'm like, really? Did you have to? RFAs are really dumb. The RFA rules are really dumb. So, this is how I'm going to say this. And this is almost going to be a 32-minute video. Guys, just stick around. It's going to be sick. Gustafsson, I was going to give a contract, but I didn't realize, no. There was also Klingberg. I then offer a contract to this dude, but he was also RFA because he was an elite dude. Romanov, he was Canadian. First and third round. It's like, if they're not an exact player, their potential does not have an exact next to it, then they're a unrestricted free agent. Which, in all honesty, doesn't make any sense because, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So, Fleury, I can't get. Any elite, top, whatever, medium, high, whatnot, I can't get, normally. Matthew Joseph, I offered a contract, and you know what? It was worth it, because, yeah, it was worth it. Yeah. So, Patrice Bergeron, Claude Giroux, Andres Bjork, Anders Bjork, Andrew, you see what I mean. So, we're nearing the end of the video. Some of the guys are going to the AHL, the Burnaby Acers. I didn't really, want to do anything to that team, but if I'm gonna do something with it, I might, for the AHL. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Y'all are legends in my book, as well as for me. I will see y'all the next one, and peace.